Okay, hi you guys. Oh, should I do konnichiwa, minisama? No, I'm just kidding. I don't speak Japanese that well yet. But anyway, hi everybody. Um, so I'm definitely again still behind in sharing with you guys all the things that have happened since we moved to Japan. It hasn't been quite a year yet, but I want to make a little series here called "A Funny Thing Happened to Me in Japan." Um, and I want to be clear that these are things that I found humorous. I'm definitely not trying to like make fun of anybody or make fun of I'm not making fun of any culture. It's just more like these things that like it was like a weird situation or it was just funny and you had to laugh and it's just whatever. So I hope that you guys will find these things amusing and entertaining as well. Okay. So for real, I think we were here about a week. We got here on a Monday night, and I think we had a few days to chill out. And then the following week, we had to go to our what they call AOB area onboarding class, and so it's like 3 days long, well, like 2.5. This is for everybody who comes here to Yokosuka and is going to be on the fleet activities, the Navy base for whatever reason. So there's active duty and spouses. And if you have anybody who's over 18 has to go. So Deck had to go with us too. Um, and active duty. My husband's a civilian, like federal employee. Anybody who is new. Okay, so the first day they spend talking about all the stuff like on the base. Where's this and that, and like what the rules of the base are, and what the hours of certain things are, and like a lot of different departments or people who are in charge of different things get up to talk about their areas and stuff like that. Okay, so whatever, it's cool. It's good. It's good information. Although I still feel like they should separate some of the things. Okay, the second day is like a half day in the morning where we have an intercultural relations class where they talk about Japan and teach us some basic vocabulary and some etiquette and some things like that. Okay, and it's really cool and like talk about. And then to be honest though, I didn't even hardly need most of that class either because Sean has been coming back and forth here like so many times, and Google, like I actually looked at that, try to learn some stuff before we moved here. Anyway, the second half of the day, we had the opportunity to go on a little field trip to Kamakura, where there's a really amazing shrine and also a giant Buddha statue that you can go see. You guys can look it up online. But the Hachimangu Sugaroika, I'm probably not saying that quite exactly right, Hachimangu shrine in Kamakura is really, really famous and really well known. Kamakura is a beautiful place. So if you come to Japan, I do highly recommend you come down here to Kanagawa and minimum go to like Kamakura. Okay, it's beautiful there. Anyway, so we go on the field trip. And I mean, as I'm sure you guys can imagine, even when people are dressed in their civilian clothes, I still stand out among normies, as we like to say. Okay, so we had a tour guide. She was really nice and everything. We had this fabulous tour, and she told us all these interesting, unique cultural things, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I know this is a really long intro for like a 3-second story. Anyway, so of course, in my usual fashion, I am pretty much head to toe pink, leg warmers, one of my own Sweet Lamb hoodies. I'm just rocking my pink vibe like I do, right? So the tour is over and we're all leaving. We're kind of near the front. We're exiting the shrine area. It's all outdoors, okay? And I guess it's not really so late in the day that there's still groups, like school groups coming in. And for those people who are familiar, you can kind of tell when it's like a little field trip or whatever of Japanese school kids. They have like some kind of hat that matches, so the teacher can always tell like who it is. They walk like in a nice line or whatever. So there's a line of kids and the teacher in the front and is with one little boy. So he's probably a little bit wild. That's my experience, is that the one who's in the front is always a little bit of a handful. The teacher could keep an eye on him, right? So we're walking, okay, and so it's like this, all right? So like here's Sean and here's me and here's the teacher and here's this little boy, right? And so they go past us. And I kid you not, this little boy reaches around his teacher to point at me and pretty much yell, "Kawaii!" Which, yes, that's true. But it was hysterical to me. And I turned around and I said, "Arigato gozaimasu." And this kid's face just went now look, he probably has seen a white person before. But when I tell you that white ladies who are not very young, who have pink hair, especially just in the front, and dress in head to toe pink, that's not common in Japan either, okay? I really stand out now. So, it was pretty funny that he reached around, like he was so like, wow, and reached around the teacher to like point at me and holler like that. And I just don't think this kid was expecting me to turn around and say thank you to him, because he just looked like so shocked. He was like, wait, what just happened? And I personally, I loved it, because kawaii is definitely not an insult. It's definitely a compliment. I don't know who wouldn't want to be called kawaii. I mean, unless you're trying to be some big tough guy, whatever. But yeah. So like we weren't even here a week, and some little kid is yelling, pointing. At least he's saying kawaii and not kawaii. And if you don't know what that means, you just go look it up. Okay. Okay. Bye. Johnny.